Hello, this is TJ Roberts Decorating, and this is just a short video explaining the different dustless sanders I have and where they work best in the painting and decorating trade. Well, how they work best for me anyway. So this is the first dustless sander I ever had, and this is about 6 years old now, and this is still the same base pad I had. So this is like 6 years old as well, coming up 6 years old. The Mirka was the first sander I got. Really good purely because it's very lightweight. It was mainly used for ceilings, walls and large areas of woodwork. It was no good for small areas of woodwork because obviously it's a round base on it. I could actually sand down all day long with this sander purely because it's so comfortable to hold when you're doing ceilings, and it's quite lightweight. So I could actually sand ceilings down all day long with it. It's got 150mm base. Mirka don't make this anymore. They actually make the Deros. I don't have a Deros purely because comments on Twitter and forums, decorators forums, basically explaining that the Deros is quite unreliable. I've never had one, so I can't comment myself on that system, but this one is super reliable, and if you can get hold of one, if anyone's still selling these online, I'd probably get one of these. The downside to it is that it has its separate electrical pack, which has to be attached to the extractor or left on top of an extractor depending on which extractor you have. But yeah, very good sander. So next we've got the RO90. Now this is the smallest of my sanders I have, but it's also probably the most powerfulest, and basically it's got a 90mm, takes a 90mm disc, and it's basically just used for ripping down old paint. So I would use this mainly on any real bad flaking paint, interior or exterior, or somebody's already gone to town painting DIY style at home and it's really thick. This is a great sander to use to basically rip the paint down to a nice finish. The good thing about this is, I've actually forgot to bring it with me, but you can actually fit on a delta head, so a triangle head on this, so this base can come off and you put triangle head on there, and you can actually sand down into corners and stuff. So that is quite good, but like I said, this is quite a powerful sander, and it's I wouldn't use it for anything but ripping down, to be honest, ripping down paint. In fact, 2 years ago I had a last minute request from a customer, and they said to me, is there any chance I could do the front door? And they basically got a reclaimed door, and the paint was failing all over it, and I had two options. I either had the option to burn it off back to bare wood or put the sander on it. I actually used this sander to strip this door off, and basically it took me about an hour, so it saved me time. It's probably quicker than what I would have burnt it off at. It's saved me time burning off. I sanded it all down, smooth. Obviously I went through coarser grits to a finer grit, but the mouldings had to be scraped out with a scraper, but this did basically strip the door off. If I'd used a blowtorch, I would have had to burn it off then sand it, so this actually did two jobs in one. The next we've got the RO125. So basically this is like the big brother of this one, or the medium brother, because there's actually they do actually do a 150 one of this as well. So this is basically a bigger version than this one. Again, as you can see, I've very rarely used this one. It would be used mainly for, again, stripping down paint. You could actually use this on floors as well. I actually used it on a load of stairs the customer wanted stripping down, so that's what this was used on originally. Again, very powerful. I think people have used these to do normal sanding of woodwork and stuff, but it's probably the heaviest one out of all the sanders you're going to see today. Next up we've got the RTS 400. As you can see, This one gets used a lot. It's the only one with a rectangle base. This one, they have brought a new one out of this one, what's actually got a, you can change the speed on it. It's got a setting here, you can change the speed pretty much like this one. And this one I use mainly for woodwork, so this is used on doors, skirting boards, basically any woodwork. This is what I use to sand down the woodwork. Very good sander, very powerful, as you'll see in a minute, and I would highly recommend this sander for sanding down woodwork, and this is all I use it for. I know there's other decorators out there what use these ones for sanding down walls and stuff. Basically for me it does work. I'm not, you know, it does work for sanding walls, but it's very, very slow to do it. It's not. I tend to use the more powerful sanders, but like I say, you can use this for sanding ceilings and walls down if you wanted to. But I prefer not to use it for that. It's basically great for woodwork, and that's what I use it on mainly. So my last of the sanders is the Festool ETS EC 150. Now this is a 5-stroke one. They do one which is a 3-stroke, so that's basically how it spins. So the 5-stroke, I think it's circular movement is actually a bigger spin, and obviously the 3 is a smaller movement. Now this is my main one. Basically ceilings, walls, and big areas of woodwork. This is what this is used for. This has actually overtaken now, obviously, the Ceros. Only gets brought out every now and then. Now, every now and then it gets brought out. But this is the main one I mainly use for ceilings, walls, and woodwork. It's a 150mm base. Really good sander. A lot of the time you don't even have to, it goes up to like 6 on the power thing. Normally I don't think I have to normally take it off roughly 4. It's that powerful. So yeah, this is basically my range of sanders. So basically this one would be used ceiling, walls, large areas of woodwork. It can be used for ripping down paint as well, but that's better left to the other ones. This one is better used for woodwork, skirting boards, architraves, doors, stuff like that. This one's better for ripping stuff, so larger areas such as if you were ripping down a skirting boards, floors or stuff like that, stripping them down. Can be used on fascia boards outside, but again very heavy. Again, this for stripping down smaller work. Like I say, I did strip a door down with this because I never had the big one, but yeah, that's used for stripping. And sadly, unless anyone finds anywhere and wants to comment down below where they can get these ones, this gets used very rarely, but it's more suited to ceilings and walls, large areas of woodwork, and again it all depends on what abrasive you use on them. So the better quality, the better, the better it's going to work really, the sander. But they're all reliable sanders, all these, and that's all I can say really. So hopefully this video has helped you decide on what sanders you want to choose to pick, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like it, and I'll be doing more decorating videos at a later date.